Big Bacon. Greetings, everyone, and welcome to Big Bacon's Collection. It's me again, Big Bacon. So today we're going to be looking at the 50th anniversary Danger at the Docks Vamp Mark II with Warrant Officer Flint. I managed to procure this from my buddies down at Peddler's Post, Boulevard, Missouri. Be sure to stop in, say hi, and tell them Sparky sent you. So, without any further ado, and actually, side note, before we get started, I do have the actual stand for this figure. I have no clue where it is. One of the many joys of unboxing after moving is trying to figure out where everything went. So for now, he's got a generic stand available from Marauders Gunrunners. So, let's begin with the accessories. This figure comes with his characteristic tactical shotgun with folding stock, nicely detailed. He comes with a tiny little pistol. Not as small as the noisy cricket we reviewed previously. Does have a fairly decent amount of detail for such a small piece. And it also comes with two of the exact same knives. Very basic, simple blade design. A little bit of texture there on the hilt. Now, let's do the figure real quick. Flint is one of my favorite characters. And honestly speaking, I love the sculpt that they did on this figure. The face actually looks fairly human-like. It's got a signature beret. Got a signature long-sleeve black shirt. This time they've given him what looks like a gray turtleneck under it. Instead of his characteristic brown suspenders and belt, this one has a two-tone gray look. Multiple shotgun shells in the shoulder straps. Great silver painting here along the buckles. The shells themselves are red on one end and silver on the other. He's got a knife sheath on the belt, two canteens, and a couple pouches. Looks good. He's got this two-tone gray camo pants, which works out fairly well. This side he's got what looks like some sort of fancy flashlight and a pouch. Over here, got a tiny little gun holster. Pants come all the way down to the boots where he's got another knife sheath and a set of tactical combat boots. So we're going to throw him temporarily. Actually, I forgot the articulation. And that, trying to pose him, reminded me. So the head turns left-right. It's got no up and down. It's on a simple ball. No, well, very little tilt. Arm comes up well above 90. Rotates all the way around. Single jointed elbow with rotation. Now looking at his forearm, this piece was cast in black plastic and they painted the flesh tone over it. It is, I don't know if it's scraped off or just shown through there. Down under here, the flesh tone comes up onto the shirt sleeve. The black of the gloves, you can actually see where it's worn through. This single jointed elbow with rotation. Wrist rotates and has a horizontal hinge. Mid-torso cut allows for a little bit of back and forth. Rotation, no side to side. Hips, the leg comes out to 90. Almost to 90. I imagine if this belt wasn't here, it'd be all the way. Yeah, right about 90. Double jointed knee. Ankle rotates. Hinges back that far. Hinges forward that far. His hips seem a little bit loose. But he will actually stand if you compose him correctly. Yeah, he's wanting to... There we go. Had to get that knee in check. Sorry about that brief pause. So back to it. We're done with the figure. So let's get him geared up real quick. Pistol. Slips right into this little holster here. One of the knives. It's a little tricky to get it in under the arm, but it does fit nicely there into that sheath. The other one fits down here on the boot. Doesn't go in quite as well. And last but not least, yeah, this arm is just as bad as the other one. I should have pointed that out earlier. But sometimes you don't notice things until you start messing with them. Sands are very stiff. Not quite as rubbery or easy to manipulate as others. Seems like it's only wanting to give me so much range. Okay, it might be easier to get it in this hand first. Or do I need to grip it way up there? You know what? We're going to go for boss pose instead. There we go. Look off into the distance dramatically. So, we're done with him. Let's move on to the main event. Vamp Mark II. I love this beautiful digital camo pattern they put on here. Got a more urban camo look to it. Start from looking at the front. Detachable shovel. Got a rollout pack. I don't know if this is a canvas or a tent, but something's on there. The entire hood itself opens up to show a very, let's just say it's a very generic engine. No real actual engine components except for the flywheel. We've got a non-operational winch. Got headlight pieces. Got fog light pieces on a brush guard, which is a separate piece. There is no or steering for the wheels, but they do spin. Got some nice fender guards here. The door isn't a gull wing, but it's not a traditional door either. I don't know the best way to actually describe that. But both sides do the same thing. Coming to the back, you've got a tow hook, a couple tail lights, which would have been better in red, honestly. Some water canisters, which fit so loosely in this thing. I mean, if you, yeah, they fall out if you tilt it too far. Nice world building piece, but honestly, if they made this carrier just a little thinner, they would have snugged in better. This side over here, same as the driver's side. The top has this canvas style canopy, which will actually come off and makes it easier to get the figure in. You just have to be patient with it. Doing that allows us to see inside the cab a little bit better. Got some sculpted mechanicals back here. 2 sculpted seats. See down in there, there is a dash. Nicely sculpted. Got a steering wheel, shifter, radio unit in there. And then back here we have the missile system. We actually have a couple cover plates here, which, if you can get your thumb in there, will pop off to show more mechanical for the launcher system. Same design on both sides. The launcher system itself is just a simple plastic arm that rotates, a box you assemble that elevates and lowers, and this one is not spring loaded. I was wrong in my earlier Ninja Combat Cruiser review. I had thought that this one also came with that, but it doesn't. It comes with 4 of these missiles that just kind of snug right into the squares there. Takes some work, but they do go in and out. And they look fairly good just kind of sitting in there. Vehicle rolls freely. All in all, I think this is a nice little upgrade to the earlier version of the Vamp. Or at least I assume, because I ordered a loose modern Vamp and somebody sent me an older, not quite pristine vintage one. So go figure. Alright, what do you say we go ahead and move this vehicle up onto the shelf? And there we have it. I'm going to rearrange a little bit, put this larger one in the back, move one of the smaller ones forward. But thanks again for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe, like, share, comment, hit that notification bell, and I will see you all next time.